Hi, my name is Gabriela from Tulip Art Designs. If you are seeing this video, it's probably because you are interested in watercolors. You are a creative who probably wants to just learn more about it, and I guess you also want to start up with watercolors. In the next 6 weeks, I will share a video from my watercolor basics for beginners series. I will share with you all the basics that you need to know when starting with watercolor. I will show you different watercolor techniques, I will show you different brush strokes, we will do 2 small projects that can help you start up. We will talk about color mixing and the color wheel, how to make one, and so much more. But before starting, in today's video I will share with you everything about the supplies that you need, and I want to make a quick disclaimer: if you don't have the exact same brands that I'm using, don't be worried, it's okay, you will manage and you will have a lot of joy as you see me having here while I'm painting. So if you are ready, let's have a look on what materials I have here. Hi, so in this first video of my series of 6 videos about watercolor basics you need to know when starting with watercolor, I want to just quickly walk you through materials so you don't buy too many stuff or you don't spend money on things that are not useful. So the main things I will show you are the paper, the watercolor and the brushes. Then before starting on this, you will also need, of course, some water because it's watercolor. You will need some palettes, and I have this mixing palette and it's a ceramic one, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on this. You can get definitely something cheaper to mix your colors or to set your palette, of course, and you will see an alternative for this in a moment. And yeah, also another thing that you would need is paper towel to clean your brushes and keep them wet as you need. Okay, then let's first talk about the watercolors. So this here is my professional watercolor palette. I just made a selection by myself. I set up this palette and I will link the video in the description how I did this. I use my Mary Bloom. All the reasons why I do this are in the other video, so I'm not going to into a lot of details. Buying professional watercolors is not really necessary, especially in the beginning. I will show you what I started with first. I really love this palette and it's slightly different, so you have two different setups. So you can buy this watercolor in pans or you can buy tubes and set up your watercolor. You can also use directly from the tube, but I usually don't do this because I like to set it up and reactivate the watercolor when I sit to paint. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, you might hear artists who say you can't really leave your watercolor to dry when it's from a tube, but for me it really works amazing. First of all, they really stay for a long time when they are like this, so you don't have to spend too much money, and it really works for me very well. So this one is my Van Gogh. I definitely love it. I filmed my first class with these watercolors and they are just amazing. Then another choice, another option is watercolors like this. So this is my second watercolors. So watercolor Winsor and Newton Cotman collection. It's a student grade watercolor and I did the same with them. So I set up a palette. Let me show you a very budget option. Well, this one is supposed to be here. So this palette, it's a plastic one. It's amazing for traveling. You can put a lot of colors, as you can see. I have a video how I did this one, how I set it up. I also have a video why it's not my favorite, but it's just an amazing budget option. So I will link the video for this one as well. But the Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors are just amazing for the price. And then another option is to set up a small one like this. So with your favorite colors, and it's just a perfect traveling watercolor palette. Here I have Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors and it's just amazing. I really love this. And then of course this is another one that another one that I love, the Art of Soil. They are really eco-friendly and made out of soil. So this is the traveling palette. They are of course a bit more expensive because of the way they are made and the quality, etc, etc. I have a video how I swatch these ones, so I will also link it below. Yeah, but the watercolor, you can definitely use something very cheap. You will probably not get the exact results as you will see on the videos, but for a start it's absolutely fine, and if you like it then you can spend a little bit more money on this. I wouldn't do the same with the paper. I wouldn't buy cheap paper. It's important that the paper is a good quality, so you will get the magic of the watercolor. For the paper, you have cold pressed and hot pressed. So the cold pressed paper has, yeah, it's not really visible. Maybe I can demonstrate with some watercolor on top. But the hot pressed is very smooth texture, and the cold press is with a little bit more rough, and you can also get a very rough texture. So Arches, they have this rough paper which is even with, no, it's not visible, but I will make a small demonstration in a second so you can see the difference. Let me just grab some green, let's say. So how you use watercolor, you just add water, you mix it, and depends on how much water you add, this will bring different value for your color. So this here is the rough, so you can see what's happening. Let me zoom in. So here, this is the rough paper. and you can see that you can't really get hard edges. It's very artistic. Let's grab a bit more and try here. It's similar, but it goes a bit smoother. And then for this one, you can definitely get very smooth going swatch. So yeah, what I really love the cold press, but it's a personal choice. So yeah, it's in the beginning, if you really want to test it out, you can definitely buy two different ones and see, but yeah, it's a personal choice, I think. Let me just show you what watercolor paper I have here. So my absolute favorite is Archie's. It's a bit more expensive. It's absolutely 100% cotton. They have different thickness of the paper, so if you want to go with a lot of layers of watercolor, you definitely need bigger number here. And it comes in different sizes, like all of these things. So A4, a square, these long ones like 10 by 25, etc, etc. And it also comes as a block. It means that you have glue here on the side, so if you want to make a big wash and you want to make it few times, your paper will not fold and it will stay straight, and when it dries out completely you can take it out. I use such a tool, like to remove it. You just start here and you go all around it to take out your paper. You also have different colors, like you can see these. I have black one and I have the white, and you also have a toned version. So I have in this sketchbook, you have this toned color. So also you have sketchbooks with watercolor paper. My favorite ones, I will link them below. Etcher Lab is absolute my favorite. And you can also get a sketchbook with a spiral. So the Kanzen one is a very nice one and it's very easy to work. And you can also, you have, okay, I don't know if you can see, but you can take it out very easy. And you also have some ecological options if you want. This one is very nice artist paper. It's not so thick, but for some projects with watercolor it's kind of okay. Okay, I think that's for the paper. If you want to use a very nice professional watercolor paper, you can just buy. It's not really a budget option because it's still, let's say, Archie's. I know they have this, so you can Google and search, but you can buy in these big sheets and cut it by yourself, because in the end, for such a thing, let me show you. For such a thing, you also pay for cutting it in this shape, for gluing and etc. So if you want to use this paper and you want to make it more budget friendly. You can just buy big sheets or a roll and cut it by yourself. Yes, so that's for the paper. Now that it's dry, maybe I can try to see if you can see that this one really has the nice and smooth line, but the rough paper, it doesn't. So this is basically the difference, because so between hot pressed and the cold press. So the cold press is more, I don't know, let's call it more artistic, and I enjoy it more for sure. But you are absolutely free to choose which one is your favorite. Okay, so that's for the paper. And then for the brushes, I am using Princeton. I have come on, are you focusing? Maybe not this time. I'm using Princeton. I like Neptune. I like the Snap collection as well, and they really have a watercolor collection, which is with even softer bristles. But these are my go-to brushes. I love them. They have different shapes, like this one. You can probably see. So this is the oval wash, or you have such a brush that is also wash, and it's just straight like a square. But you also have this one when they are slightly going to a point, but then it's cut again. So this is the Velvet Touch wash brush, this is the Snap, and you have the round, just the simple brush that basically can do everything. And then you also have dagger. Let me just do this with a little bit of water so you can see how it just goes to one side in a point. So this one is also very nice for making leaves, but we will have a separate video where I will demonstrate all these different shapes of the brushes, so you can see if you really want to get this one or this one. And of course, if you want, you can get them all. If you are a person like me who just wants to get everything. Okay, let me just put this back. And this one is wet, so I will leave it horizontally here on my paper towel to dry. And in the video about the brushes, I will show you also how to take care of your brushes, because they are quite expensive, so you don't want to ruin them for just a week. And then different length of the handle, you can just see. You have a short handle, which I just prefer. It's easy for me because I am making small illustrations, but when you are doing big paintings, you can definitely get artistic with these long ones, or the big ones like this. So this is a round brush from Winsor & Newton. It's Cotman, so it's a student grade brush, and it's slightly cheaper than the professional ones, but you can already do quite a lot with it. And then what I wanted to show you is that you also have such a watercolor. This one is this concentrated watercolor, and it's liquid, so it's very vibrant colors, and you can also get a lot out of it. I am not teaching with these ones, but just drop me a comment below if you want to see a project made with such watercolors. And if you are following me, you probably know that I really like using pen. So until now I was using Pigma Micron from Sakura, which are amazing. Now I will just switch to a mono drawing pen from Tombow, and it doesn't really matter which one we will pick. The important thing is to have waterproofed pen, so water resistant. It means that when you draw a line, let's just make small demonstration again. Let's go closer. So let's say we just draw a line. If it's waterproof, it means that when you add watercolor on top of it, it will not bleed in your paint. Okay, and then another thing I really like to use when I make illustrations, the Jelly Roll pen, sometimes white gouache, just to bring some contrast and light in the illustration, or bleed proof white. So these two are very similar to watercolor. The last thing I usually use for my sketch is just some pen and eraser if I want to sketch in advance, which sometimes I recommend, sometimes I don't. Really depends what's your goal. Do you really want to just sit and draw and let it go and do it for relaxation, or you really want a nice result? In both cases, it's extremely important to try to enjoy the both parts, so the process and the result itself. So yeah, that's about the materials. In the next video we will talk about the watercolor, how to mix them, about primary, secondary colors, and all this kind of stuff. So don't miss the video from the next week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you so much for watching it. If you don't want to miss anything, just make sure to subscribe and push the button with the bell so you don't miss new videos that are coming. Next week I will show you how to make a color wheel, so make sure to watch it, and I hope to see you then. Bye!